Now, Karan has always said, and I agree with him for this, that his sexuality is his business, and it should be. But yet you keep talking about it. Your prologue is 7 pages or whatever it is of just saying, I don't want to talk about my sexuality. I don't want to talk about how many bedrooms I'm going to have with the partner that I'm with. Why are you even bringing it up if you don't want to talk about it?
True.
Okay.
You want a longer answer?
Of course.
Okay. I'm trying to sum this up. So what happens is you might think that I'm constantly talking about it, but actually it's constantly asked to me on several platforms.
No one's asking you in your own book.
Yeah. No, because the book was about my sentiment of that time and what I'm feeling constantly and wherever I go and wherever I'm speaking. So it's actually a summation of all my thoughts. That's what we call a book that you write about yourself.
Thanks.
It was
Thank you.
just to introduce you to my autobiography, or a memoir is more like it, because I might be too young for one. So my sexuality is definitely a big topic of discussion, as spoken about on several occasions, has been asked to me on several platforms, such as this, and that's why it was at my constant state of mind to speak about it. So I say that, I won't make sweeping statements because I don't want my reality to be a headline. It needs to be really what I feel, and I've said enough about that zone in my life, and there's enough that everybody knows already, so why should one go on and on? Because people go on and on, I tend to bring it up a lot.
Do you feel the responsibility of being a path breaker? Because you are now, whether you want it to be or not, you have become, right? You're a path breaker for entire generations, not even from our generation to the younger lot, of a lot of confused teenagers who are probably, finding a way to come out or whatever. It's not just about sexuality. A lot of other things you have because you've been able to talk to them at their level, mass media level. You're not trying to be intellectual, etc. Do you feel the weight of that?
Yes, and I feel responsible as well. And I feel that my honesty on several topics, be it my life, my reality, my cinema, my observations, is one of the reasons why I think I want to connect with possibly a generation that I want to influence. When I speak about my sexuality, or I talk about my not saying what I need to, or what I put out there in cinema or in interviews or even in my book, it's basically because I hope it resonates with a large amount of people. It's not about just your sexuality. It's about growing up with flaws. It's about growing up with imperfections, and sometimes your imperfections can empower you if you channelize them in the right direction. And that's really what I want to communicate. None of us are perfect. We all are deeply flawed. We live in the gray. Black and white are like they're dreams, they're not realities. To be completely dark or completely white doesn't exist. Most of us walk the path of gray. And to acknowledge that, put it out there, and make sure that there's an entire generation that understands that it's okay to be imperfect. It's okay to be flawed. It's okay not to resonate with the perceived reality and truth that your parents sometimes try to kind of teach you. Everything in life is not a Hallmark card. There are many bumps on the highway called life, and you've got to embrace them.